This is my story. School. A place to learn and play. That morning, as usual, my phone alarm rang at exactly 6 a.m. I woke up feeling a bit lazy but quickly remembered that today was the math test. I hurried to the bathroom to clean myself and refresh my mind. After showering, I put on the school uniform that my mom had prepared the night before. While getting dressed, I reviewed the math lessons in my head, trying to remember the important formulas. I also grabbed my notebook to review the material that would be tested. At the dining table, breakfast was already served. My mom had made toast and a glass of milk. While having breakfast, I chatted with my younger sibling who was also getting ready for school. We talked about today's school activities and the assignments that needed to be completed. After breakfast, I checked my school bag to make sure all my books and stationery were complete. I didn't want to leave anything behind because that could cause problems at school. After making sure everything was ready, I said goodbye to my mom and dad, who were also preparing to go to work. I left the house and walked to the school bus stop, which wasn't too far away. The fresh morning air made me feel more enthusiastic. At the bus stop, some of my classmates were already waiting. We chatted about our preparations for the math test, while waiting for the bus to arrive. His school bus arrived on time. We all got on and found seats. The atmosphere inside the bus was quite lively with friends chatting. Some of them were still busy reading their notebooks, while others seemed relaxed, enjoying the ride. The journey to school took about 30 minutes. I sat by the window, enjoying the view outside while trying to recall the lessons I had studied. The traffic was smooth, so we arrived at school without any issues. Upon arriving at school, we immediately headed to our respective classes. I took a moment to stop by the canteen to buy a light drink for class. After that, I went straight to the classroom and prepared myself for the test. In the classroom, the atmosphere was already quite busy. Classmates were engaged in various activities, some studying, some joking around, and some still looking sleepy. I sat at my desk and began taking out my books and stationery from my bag. The math teacher arrived on time and immediately started the test. All the students seemed serious about answering the questions. I felt quite confident because I had prepared well. However, there were still a few questions that made me think hard. After the test, we all felt relieved. The teacher collected the answer sheets and gave us a short break before the next lesson started. I and a few friends went outside the classroom to get some fresh air and talk about the questions we had just answered. The next lesson went smoothly. We studied various subjects such as Indonesian, science, and social studies. Each change of lesson was always filled with stories and jokes from classmates, making the learning atmosphere more enjoyable. Before we knew it, it was 12:30 p.m. Time for lunch break. My friends and I went to the school canteen. We chose our favorite menu and ate together while discussing plans for the extracurricular activities later in the afternoon. After lunch, there was one more lesson before the end of the school day. Physical education, my favorite subject. We played soccer on the school field. Running and playing with friends made me feel refreshed again. The lesson ended, and we all returned to the classroom to get ready to go home. I packed my books and stationery back into my bag. Before leaving, I took a moment to talk to the homeroom teacher about some assignments that needed to be submitted next week. Finally, the dismissal bell rang. My friends and I headed to the school bus stop. The ride home felt more relaxed. We joked and laughed together on the bus. Upon arriving home, I felt tired but satisfied with all the activities I had gone through that day.